Welcome back everyone. Here I am again with another video of this hormonal regulation of spermatogenesis. Okay, in the earlier video of mine I have discussed about the steps and stages of both the spermatogenesis and oogenesis. Okay, so without wasting any more time, I'll just dig deep into this topic. Okay, on this right corner. On this right corner, you can see there is one sort of that transverse section of that, or the section of that testis. Okay, testis of human beings, and as it shows, you can see in the middle there is a big round. Okay, big round like cell. This structure in the middle, and we call it this particular thing as a seminiferous tubule. Okay, this black border, you can see this black border, all these borders, these are all seminiferous tubules. That is a building unit of that testis. Okay, inside it the sperms grows from that germinal epithelium cells. Okay, though the diagram is not that much good, but still I tried. I think it will help you to understand. Okay, the main basic thing is just to show you what is the location of Sertoli cells and the Leydig cells. Okay, there are so many confusions around the function and the localization of the Sertoli cells and the Leydig cells. Okay, this Sertoli cells and Leydig cells, these are the two key player. Okay, the two key player in this maturation of sperm in case of male. Okay, so let's see. So you can see there is big tubular cells, or just these long pink color cells. It is called as Sertoli cells. Okay, and you can see there are all these green cells. These are all our the germinal epithelium. Okay, and there are the sperms. You can see the red color sperms there, and these are the spermatozoa. They are developing. Okay, so what I have done, I have just taken out one quite elaborated picture of this Sertoli cells. Here it is. You can see this pink color, almost like this one. This pink color is a Sertoli cells. Okay, so these Sertoli cells, it is surrounded by all those spermatogonia. Okay, spermatogonia means those that germinal epithelium cells. So this spermatogonia, you can see at the lower end, this spermatogonia, it starts developing as the stages of that spermatogenesis you have just viewed in the last video. So they start developing spermatogonia, primary spermatocyte, secondary spermatocyte, and they developing spermatozoa. Okay, look, this there are some sperms, no? So what the sperms are doing in the top of this Sertoli cells? Okay, the thing is that these spermatozoa, or this developing sperm, they need nutritions. Okay, so where from they will get that nutritions? They will get it from this Sertoli cells. Okay, and the Leydig cells, these are quite the pyramidal cells, these orange colored cells. Okay, these Leydig cells, they do synthesize the hormone called as testosterone, the male specific hormones. And Sertoli cells, though it's the function of the Sertoli cells is not that much described in your lower classes, but here you will get to know what is the function of Sertoli cells. Okay, it is of as much importance of this Leydig cells. Okay, so here we go. This is that hormonal regulation of spermatogenesis. Okay, only the spermatogenesis has been described here. The oogenesis is quite a tricky one, and I'll do it in the next video. Okay, so you know hypothalamus, it is the supreme commander of our body, isn't it? It gets all the cues from the nature, from the surroundings, and from the time being. Okay, so what happens? This hypothalamus, it secretes GnRH. You know what GnRH is? It is gonadotropin releasing hormone. Okay, these are some peptides hormone that gets secreted from that nerve endings of the hypothalamus. Okay, so they come down, they get secreted by this hypothalamus, and they come down to the anterior pituitary. What is pituitary? You know all that it is our master gland. Okay, why? Because it regulates the other hormonal functions of our body, almost all the functions, hormonal functions. So the pituitary have three portion, the anterior pituitary. Okay, so there are so many types of cells. Okay, let me tell you one thing. There are specifically gonadotropin cells. Okay, like that, you know, that prolactin is a hormone that helps to helps in the secretion of the mammary gland. Okay, like that, so many things are there. Then also corticotrop that secretes ACTH. Okay, so this anterior pituitary, it have particular cells called as gonadotropin, which helps to secrete LH and FSH. What? LH and FSH. LH means luteinizing hormone and FSH means follicle stimulating hormone. So what happens in the case of male, in the case of spermatogenesis, this LH can be considered also as ICSH. Okay, interstitial cell stimulating hormone. Okay, so what happens? Let's look into the anterior pituitary. It secretes LH and SH and FSH. The LH and LH are also called as ICSH. It goes to the Leydig cells. The Leydig cells have some receptors. Okay, some catching organisms. Sorry, not organisms. Some catching models. So what happens when this LH and LH comes? It just gets to that receptor and it gets activated. Okay, so the Leydig cells, when they are getting that LH hormone, that stimuli from that anterior pituitary, they start secreting testosterone. Which hormone? Testosterone. And on the other hand, the FSH, follicle stimulating hormone, it gets to the FSH receptor on the Sertoli cells. Okay, and the Sertoli cells, it produces two hormones. One is ABP and another one is inhibin. So what is ABP? It is androgen binding protein. Okay, it's an androgen binding protein. It's a particular protein. So let me tell you what is the function of this thing. Look here, this testosterone and ABP, they both stimulates spermatogenesis. More specifically, spermiogenesis. Okay, so what is spermiogenesis? This is that when the spermatozoa is developing spermatozoa, it will form into mature sperm. Okay, that particular spermiogenesis. So testosterone and ABP, they stimulates spermiogenesis, and this testosterone also, it helps in the growing of that reproductive tract and other organs. Okay, now let's see what is inhibin does. Inhibin. So what that term brings in your mind? Inhibin means it inhibits something, it blocks something. Okay, so as the name suggests, this inhibin, it gives a negative sense. Look here, I have given so many plus and minus signs. What this about? Okay, as we are going through this hormonal regulation, so there are two terms you have to keep in your mind. One is positive feedback and one is negative feedback. Positive feedback means what? Suppose you need something, you want something in more quantity. So some feedback you will give, it is positive feedback. And suppose you have something in high quantity, you won't need it further. So what you will do, you will tell the superior that please you stop it, I won't need it, I have enough. Okay, that is negative feedback. Okay, so look, the hypothalamus, it gives a positive signal to this anterior pituitary through GnRH. Okay, and anterior pituitary, it gives a positive feedback to this LH and ICSH and FSH for Leydig cells and Sertoli cells. They again gives positive feedback to testosterone. Testosterone helps in the growth of this reproductive tract and other organs. Okay, Sertoli cells, it produces ABP and inhibin on a positive manner, and they also, this ABP and testosterone, they stimulates spermatogenesis. So what is the function of ABP? Okay, ABP or androgen binding protein, it helps to concentrate the testosterone, okay, for further development of the whole process of the spermatogenesis. Okay, so this inhibin, what it does, when this process is going through, the GnRH is secreting in a pulse manner. Okay, what is pulse manner? pulse like a drop wise manner. Okay, so look, the GnRH, it helps the anterior pituitary, it tells the anterior pituitary to secrete LH and FSH. So how the anterior pituitary will understand that when to secrete LH and when to secrete FSH? It is not possible to just deliver both the things at the same time. Okay, the LH, the FSH, let me write here, FSH, it is less than 1 pulse per 2 to 3 hours. Okay, and LH, it is more than 1 pulse per hour. So see, pulse means in drop wise manner. Okay, so when the GnRH is giving the signal to this anterior pituitary, the anterior pituitary will give this pulse is less than 1 pulse in 2 to 3 hours, means it is secreting FSH. And when the pulse is more than 1 in per hour, look, the quantity is much more, no? So when it is more than 1 pulse per hour, it is secreting LH. Okay, very easy. So what happens when inhibin is there is enough amount of inhibin, it tells the anterior pituitary that, man, you just stop secreting, you just stop getting stimulated by the GnRH. So what happened? It will stop the overflow of this FSH. Okay, or in simple word, inhibin stops the production of FSH by suppressing anterior pituitary. On the same hand, when there is enough amount of testosterone in our body, so what it does, it gives a negative signal, negative feedback to anterior pituitary and to the hypothalamus. It tells the hypothalamus, okay, it's not needed. Okay, I have enough testosterone and I am doing my work, I am good with it. When I need more, I'll just stop negative signal and you again start it. Okay, so testosterone, it gives negative signal to negative feedback to hypothalamus and to anterior pituitary. Okay, so here you can see this quotations, small one. Okay, this black one means stimulates or promote, and that gapped one, it means inhibits. Okay, so that's it. You can go through it several times. I think it will help, and in your exam you can also put it. Okay, just draw this diagram in blue and black color, whatever you want. Okay, as there is not that much time available, and you just simply describe it in a little way. Okay, I think it will help. And this one also, so they are the Leydig cells. Okay, so always remember that the Leydig cells, it produces testosterone, and Sertoli cells, it produces ABP and inhibin. Okay, these are most important things for all the classes. Okay, be it class 11, I think there is also endocrinology in the last chapter. Okay, this endocrinology you can there is it. Okay, 11, 12, and also for the graduation classes you can also follow it. Okay, so that's it. In the next video I'll bring oogenesis. Okay, there are some new researches that has been done, so I'll tell something interesting on that video. Okay, so take care, have a nice day.